Hello, I'm Martin White. I'm here at Aquatech Amsterdam at the AquiSense Technologies stands, where I'm joined by Oliver Laval, who is the CEO of AquiSense Technologies.
Nice to meet you.
So, Oliver, what you're showcasing at the show today are many of your sort of UV solutions for point of dispense, water dispensers and things like that.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me a little bit about UVC LEDs and how they can be implemented in water dispensers?
So fundamentally, the UVC LED works the same as regular UV has forever. So it inactivates the organisms, works in exactly the same way. We're just generating the photons using an LED instead of a mercury arc lamp. LEDs have a small footprint for the power output, so the power density is lower. So they essentially sit in a smaller form factor. They're instant on, about 9 nanoseconds to full power. So we don't need to run them all the time. So when the water starts, we can switch them on. When the water stops, we switch them off. So it's energy saving. It's lamp life saving. So the replacement interval potentially can be a lot longer than it would be in an annual replacement in a traditional lamp. Then, of course, there's no mercury. It's a little bit more robust, so there's less danger of something breaking during a change. Yeah, that's the main benefits.
So it seems that from what we've observed over the last year, many more sort of water dispenser manufacturers are implementing UVC LEDs and that sort of technology into their dispensers. Have you witnessed significant growth in interest in your solutions over the last year or so?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, in general, I would say we probably have about 400 OEM integration customers in play. Of those, probably 20% are in the water dispensing market. So we work in everything from aviation through to medical, through to automotive. But yeah, water dispensing, this is a significant chunk of our business. And I think they see all those benefits I described earlier. And also really key is this point of consumption. Like, how do we get rid of the last mile? Can we put LED treatment or UV treatment right at the last point? And I think that becomes really interesting to them.
Obviously, a lot of water dispenser manufacturers have quite broad and very large product portfolios. Is it challenging to create a solution which can sort of fit across most of their? Do you work with those manufacturers to create new solutions which integrate those, or is it something which can be applied to existing solutions?
Both. I mean, fundamentally, AquiSense, we're a tier 1 or tier 2 supplier. So we're strictly B2B. What we're about is making a solution that fits. So we have all in-house design. And I think many LED UV system manufacturers will have that. It's key to have that engineering expertise really close, because everyone's going to have a different interface electrically, mechanically. What height should the product be? What breadth? How do you bracket it? So they're all different. Having a core, let's say, product engineering base to start with is important, because we've got to bring the cost down from volume manufacturing. But having the product customizable for every different application. You know, some people want 1.5 litres a minute. Some people want 2. A bottle filler, they might want 8 litres a minute. Some people want 40 millijoules, maybe this for a German regulatory market. Some people say 16 millijoules is okay. So there's so much length and breadth in all of these, you're quite right. So you need customizable standardization to cope with all that.
So one example of a recent project which you've undertaken in partnership with Oasis, a major manufacturer, and we've got the Quasar on show here and the dispenser on show as well. Was that a massively beneficial partnership for you in terms of boosting the profile of maybe UVC LEDs or the company within the water dispensing sector?
Yeah, I mean, we've worked with Oasis probably for 2 years to get integration, and we actually managed to get one product integrated into multiple product lines, so into the bottle fillers, but also a countertop unit. And so that was a challenge, of course. We've been working with some Asian manufacturers that probably work a little bit faster. They have different, I think, regulatory and different quality requirements. But for sure, you know, Oasis is a brand that's recognized globally, and of course the level of, let's say, integration, the level of compliance is a little bit higher. And so, yeah, it's clearly really key for us to we can meet that, and it's real. We do real volume manufacturing that can really meet real, let's say, you know, high quality standards. Yeah.
So one of the solutions you have on show at the show today is the Pearl Aqua Deca, the new much higher capacity model. How challenging was it to create a model which could cope with higher flow rates and things like that, and how big a benefit could that be?
So right from founding the company, we were very clear on our product pipeline. So we had to get really good at making these really small things first. We had to be able to make them really reliable, really cost effective. If you're really good at doing that, scaling up becomes a little easier. If you were to jump in and first say, right, I want to make, because essentially these small units are not really competing with mercury lamps, really. We're really solving problems that have not been solved very well. Now with the Deca, this is 50 litres per minute. We're going to go up to 100 litres a minute. This now is really going head to head with a conventional mercury system. So therefore, for that we have to be more cost competitive. We have to have the right features, the right interface. So someone's familiar with a traditional system, well, they don't want to learn a whole new way of integrating a product. So definitely different challenges. What we don't want to do is make 20,000 versions of the Deca like we have for the Pearl Aqua Micro. We can do lots of different integration. That should be much more a plug and play unit. So it's a different beast. But building off what we've learned, that was key.
Okay, so consumer scrutiny over water quality and water hygiene is increasing all the time, and factors like degrading water infrastructure in many countries is sort of creating a focus point, as you'll see on the news and that sort of thing. So do you think that solutions like UVC LEDs, that sort of sets the framework, those other factors for the growth of UVC LEDs further in the future?
Yeah, I think there's a number of drivers. I think you've caught one there. I think clearly, the number of boil water advisories, having an extra policeman in your home that allows you to extra barriers is really key. I think Legionella, of course, is really in people's minds, and UV is very effective there. I think other drivers include, single-use plastics. The reduction of those. This all drives are in all these multiple factors. I think for whether it's in food service or whether it's in consumer's home, I think these are all things that come into play. Other markets have been doing this for years. Indians, very common that you would have a multi-stage filter and UV in your kitchen. They would say, why would you trust the government to clean your water? Like, I'll just do it myself. I don't think that this will become uncommon. I think this technology is semiconductor based. So flat screen TVs, smartphones, they're all semiconductor based. Turning water treatment into a semiconductor based technology really makes it for the masses. And the point is, why would you not buy one if it's so accessible, so reliable, so easy to use, relatively inexpensive? It becomes a much easier decision.
Well, Oliver, thank you very much for speaking with me.
All right, thank you.